It is now extremely unlikely that my wife will be able to visit the United States anytime soon.
Let's talk about something that's making a lot of people uncomfortable, but needs to be talked about honestly. President Trump has once again taken a firm stance on immigration. Stricter rules, more scrutiny, and a clear message that the United States is no longer an easy shortcut. I put together some videos for you to watch, and later I'll come back with my commentary. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss a video.
For those that don't know me, my name is Chris. I'm an American. I've been married to my beautiful wife, Adenike, for the past year and a half. We have been waiting for her visa interview to come to the United States since May 2024, and with the new presidential travel ban, she currently has no path to come to the United States. As of the presidential proclamation yesterday, the US will no longer issue immigrant visas to Nigerian spouses. There are a total of 35 countries, all listed below, affected by this ban. Previously, earlier travel bans had only focused on non-immigrant visas. These are things like student visas, business visas, and tourist visas. People petitioning for their spouses or children were exempt, and this is no longer the case. My wife has never met the majority of my relatives, and she has never set foot in my home country of the United States. I think a lot of Americans don't realize how difficult it actually is to come to the country legally. We have known each other for 5 years, and my wife has never been able to come to the United States. And now it is essentially impossible. I made a lot of videos explaining this process because I feel that it is important to call attention to the hundreds of thousands of people in my same situation waiting endlessly to be reunited with their spouse. I use these videos to draw attention to the real people caught in these immigration battles.
I'm not trying to say that I'm a Trump supporter, but I am in agreement with a lot of things that Trump is doing right now. And before you jump down my back, just hear me out for a second. Trump is literally getting ready to save a lot of women in this community, especially here on TikTok, the women that are going to date African men. And the reason why I say that is because you don't understand what he's doing right now, but later on you will. And again, no, I'm not in agreement with everything he's doing, but I am in agreement with some of the things that comes to immigration, especially when it comes to African men coming over to the United States of America under these American women. You guys just don't know that Trump is literally getting ready to save a lot of you guys from heartache, from scams, and just from a future of disasters. When I scroll on TikTok every day, the only thing that I see is old women going to marry young men. Knowing that these young men are scamming these women, they still think is real love. And so since some of you guys can't differentiate the difference between a scam and real love, I guess that's where Trump has to come in and interfere to help you guys. And I'm so happy that he's putting all the stipulations on immigration laws and rules when it comes to sponsoring someone to come over to the USA. Because honestly, a lot of you women are literally in these scam situations and you don't know, as soon as a man comes over to the United States of America, he's gone. It is not normal for a young man of 20 years old to be dating an old woman in her 70s or 80s. And I know a lot of you guys don't like to hear the truth, and I know the truth hurts, but you just have to understand that it's not normal for an old woman to even desire a young man, especially one in his 20s. Like, what exactly could a man in his 20s and 30s do for you, especially if you're like 70 years old? Absolutely nothing. And some of you guys have worked so hard to get to where you're at. You own your house. You have grandchildren. You literally have everything that you can ever ask for just to bring a young man into your life that doesn't even know what he wants. And on top of that, he's going to want children in which you can't have. So what do you think that young man's going to eventually do? He's going to love bomb you and play with your emotions until he gets to where he needs to be. It's called poverty. A lot of you women are getting confused love with poverty. These men are in poverty situations. That's the reason why they love you. And they don't love you. They love your money. They're in love with your hand and the amount of money that you're giving them. And a lot of these relationships wouldn't last if the woman was not pouring out her bank account to these men. So I'm so happy that Trump is finally intervening and he's doing the necessary things that he has to do to keep these men where they are. Now, if you are not genuine and you're not coming from a place of love, you're not coming to the USA. If you are married to an old woman, they are literally reviewing these applications like a fine-tooth comb. And they are definitely looking at those age gaps. So all you men that are married to women thinking that you're going to get to the USA and that was going to be your free pass, Trump is literally putting a monkey wrench in the game. So now what are you guys going to do? African men, what exactly are you going to do now that Trump is stopping you from coming to the USA? And he's definitely looking at those age gaps. He's literally fine-tooth combing all of these I-130 and K-1 visa applications. And I am in 100% support of it because these women just don't know what they're getting themselves into. So now, instead of marrying the woman that you want to use, you now have to marry the woman that you actually want to be with. Meaning that a lot of you guys don't even want to be with American women anyway. Old ones at that. So now you have no choice but to date the kind of woman that you actually want to be with and leave the old grandmothers alone. So I stand 10 toes down with Trump on that. You are not coming to the USA if you are using these women and if your wife is the age of your mother or your grandmother. So it was entertaining while it lasted, but sorry, African men, it's time to pack up now and stay in your country. Now you have to find new avenues on how you're going to get to the USA.
Fiancé visas are being treated like immigrant visas for the proclamation. So if you are filing for a fiancé in one of the 39 banned countries, they're being treated like spouses of U.S. citizens. Banned for right now, unfortunately.
Hi everyone, if you're not familiar with my page, you are here and joining me on my journey of getting my Cuban fiance to the United States. We are applying for the K-1 fiance visa. So today I want to talk more about the new restrictions on visas from Trump. Let's talk about it. I've been getting a lot of questions from you all asking, hey, I'm coming from a banned country. Is my visa at risk? Or, hi, I am curious about how the travel ban is going to affect my visa. The answer is I don't have all the answers, but I can tell you what I do know. On June 4th, President Trump issued a proclamation restricting or limiting the entry of nationals from 19 countries, effective June 9th. So this new proclamation imposes a sweeping set of visa bans applying to people who are outside of the United States and do not have a valid visa issued by the effective date. And so these 12 countries have near complete visa restrictions. So that's Afghanistan, Burma, Chad, the Republic of Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Haiti, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and Yemen. Folks from these countries have a total ban on entry, a total ban on visa issuance. This includes people seeking an immigrant visa or any non-immigrant visa, which includes temporary visitors, guest workers, and students, among others. All these people in these categories are prohibited from entering the United States, and even those waiting to permanently migrate to the U.S. to reunite with family or through employment. These 7 countries have partial visa restrictions. That's Burundi, Cuba, Laos, Sierra Leone, Togo, Turkmenistan, and Venezuela. My sweet, lovely, darling fiance is from Cuba. So is the fiance visa banned? The answer is no. Yet. So we hold on to hope. It's true. I've been able to verify so far that Cuba is not affected in terms of the fiancé visa yet. But each country is going to look a little different. So make sure you check with, if you're on the partial ban, that you check the embassy, the American embassy in your country to verify whether or not the fiancé visa is affected or not.
Now, I already know this is a topic that can be emotional, especially for people in long-distance relationships. But today, I want to explain why I actually agree with the direction Trump is taking, and why long-term, this may be healthier for everybody involved. Let's get into it. First, let me be clear about one thing. This is not about hating immigrants. This is not about saying love isn't real across borders. And this is not about saying people shouldn't fall in love internationally. Love is love. It's a national security, economic, and social responsibility issue, and confusing the two has caused a lot of damage. Over the past few years, we've seen a noticeable pattern, a surge in young men pursuing relationships and marriages with older American women, not because of shared values, not because of long-term compatibility, but because marriage is seen as a ticket out, a faster route, a guaranteed escape. And let's be honest, many of these relationships are transactional. Everyone involved may not admit it, but deep down they know. Some women actually believe they found true love. Some men believe they found an opportunity, while some men believe they found an opportunity. And the moment the papers are secured, the dynamics change. We've seen the stories: divorces right after green cards, emotional manipulation, financial exploitation, and sudden disappearances. This isn't rare anymore. It's become predictable. So when Trump says, enough, we need to slow this down, I understand why. Stricter immigration rules don't punish real love. They test it. If your relationship can survive time, distance, and legal scrutiny, then it's probably real. If it collapses the moment the shortcuts are removed, then maybe it was never about true love to begin with. Now let's talk about long-distance relationships specifically. I know some people feel worried. They're thinking, what about us? What about genuine couples? And that's a valid concern. But here's the truth. If your relationship depends entirely on immigration speed, that relationship was already fragile. Love that is real is patient. Love that is real is intentional. Love that is real does not panic at background checks. Stricter immigration policies force people to slow down, to ask harder questions, to spend more time getting to know each other, to remove the fantasy and face reality. And honestly, that protects people, especially women. Let's talk about older women for a moment. Many are successful, independent, emotionally open, and sometimes lonely. That makes them vulnerable, not weak, vulnerable. And there are men who have learned exactly how to exploit that vulnerability. They study American culture, they say the right things, they promise marriage, loyalty, and forever. But what they're actually chasing is access, a passport, a lifestyle, an exit strategy. When immigration is easy, people lie easily. When immigration is hard, intentions are exposed. That's why stricter rules are not cruel, they're clarifying. Now let's address the criticism. People say, this hurts families, this separates couples, this is unfair. But immigration has always required sacrifice. Every country has the right to decide who enters, why they enter, and under what conditions. America is not obligated to fix global inequality through marriage visas. And here's another uncomfortable truth. When immigration systems are abused, it hurts real immigrants the most. People who followed the rules, waited years, did things honestly. They get lumped into suspicion because too many others tried to game the system. Stricter policies restore fairness. So yes, I agree with Trump on this, not because I lack compassion, but because I value accountability. Love should not be used as camouflage. Marriage should not be a loophole, and citizenship should not be a reward for deception. If you're truly in love, you wait, you will comply, and you prove it. And if someone disappears the moment things get difficult, that was your answer. For people in long-distance relationships watching this, ask yourselves honestly. If America was not on the table, would this person still be here? If visas were impossible, would love remain? Those kind of questions don't destroy real relationships. They reveal them. In the end, stronger borders doesn't mean weaker love. They mean clearer intentions. And maybe, just maybe, they save a lot of people from heartbreak, exploitation, and years of regret. That's my take. You don't have to agree, but we do need to talk about it, because silence has cost many people way too much. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. And while you're down there, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. And I'll see you guys in the next one.